Dana White reveals the official Noche UFC fight card for the upcoming Noche UFC event on September 14 from inside the Sphere in Las Vegas, Nevada. Two title fights set to headline the historical Sphere event, which will be headlined by a bantamweight clash between current UFC champion Sean O'Malley and #1 contender Merab Dvalishvili. In addition to the bantamweight main event, Noche UFC will also feature a co-main event trilogy fight between women's strawweight champion Alexa Grasso and all-time great Valentina Shevchenko. Not to mention a fan-favorite featherweight matchup between Brian Ortega and Diego Lopez, which was originally scheduled to take place at UFC 303 earlier this month. The 10-fight card is scheduled to be kicked off by Raul Rosas Jr. Michel Pereira vs Anthony Hernandez was also scheduled for Noche UFC, but now it will no longer take place at Noche UFC on September 14. It will now headline the UFC event on October 19. As we know, the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez had also announced his fight for the same date in the same city in T-Mobile Arena. UFC President Dana White told ESPN on Friday, "Hey Mon, snatch that date right away from me. The guys at MGM have done nothing but disrespect me and the UFC for 20 years. It is what it is, here we go." I think Dana White doesn't know it's not new for Canelo to fight on this date. Now let's talk about some other fights that are also announced today. Clayton Carpenter will fight Lucas Rocha at UFC event on October 12th. Abdul Karim Al-Salwadi is out of his fight against Guram Kutatiladze. Kutatiladze will now fight Jordan Lushanik at UFC Abu Dhabi on August 3rd in the lightweight bout. Gavin Tucker is also out of his fight with Jack Jenkins. Jenkins will now fight Herbert Burns at UFC 305 on August 17th in the featherweight bout. Gilbert Burns' brother is currently on a 3-fight skid and is in dire need of a win to stay in the company. Former UFC fighter Cynthia Calvillo got her first fight booked since leaving the UFC. She will challenge flyweight champion Lisa Kyrikov at HEX Fight Series 32 on September 7th in Melbourne, Australia. Now let's talk about UFC 304 weigh-ins. Every fighter made weight except Jake Hadley, who came 1 pound heavier than the bantamweight limit in his bantamweight debut. His fight is still on, and he will forfeit 20% of his purse to his opponent Colin Logran. Mokaev vs Kape face-off could not happen after weigh-ins as they couldn't wait one more day and wanted to fight. After this intense scene, Manel Kape tweeted where he claims he plans to murder Mokaev at UFC 304. Muhammad Mokaev told MMA on SiriusXM that he's one of the lowest payments. Mokaev says, "I think they don't like my style, but that's why I have something I have to prove in this fight. I need to show everything. Sometimes I try to play safe, but it looks boring to the casual fans. I'm undefeated and I have won by unanimous decision against all the prime guys in the UFC." After the face-offs, Giga Chikadze claims Arnold Allen's son spies to his training room at the Fighter Hotel. Paddy Pimblett re-ups with the UFC. He believes that his fight against Jared Gordon was close, while Gordon's recent loss to Nusrat Haqparast was truly a robbery, and explains why fans reacted so differently to the outcomes. Tom Aspinall sees Curtis Blades as a tougher fight than John Jones. Bilal Muhammad and Leon Edwards also had strong final words after their intense face-off. Both these guys claiming a knockout is hilarious. Maybe two negatives make a positive and a finish will actually happen. Bilal was even bored when he tried to act up. He really said he will point to the ground like Max Holloway and then shoot a takedown. Alexander Volkanovski wants to beat all 145-pound UFC champs, including Conor McGregor. If Alexander the Great beats Ilia Topuria and Conor McGregor, he shall have defeated every UFC fighter to ever hold the 145-pound title. With 5 successful title defenses, he's already right there, but he feels he shall be undeniable if he succeeds at beating all the fighters who have ever held UFC's 145-pound title. He's already defeated Jose Aldo, Max Holloway 3 times, and interim champion Jair Rodriguez. Completing this side quest involves getting a win back against Ilia Topuria and Conor McGregor. We got a full 6 to 7 minute sparring session between Alex Pereira and Sean Strickland out of nowhere. Cotton and Strickland linking up is always great to see. Sean Strickland praises the power of Alex Pereira after the sparring session. Says that, "Why do you punch so hard?" Alex Pereira still giving Sean Strickland a hard time as they link up for a sparring session. Mike Perry claims Jake Paul broke his ribs just 10 seconds into their boxing match. And last but not least, Matt Hamill, the fighter who took Jon Jones 0, offers to rematch Jon Jones at heavyweight to settle a controversial 12-6 disqualification victory. He asked Dana White for a rematch with Jon Jones. That's the most out-of-the-blue idea I have heard in a long time. Do you think it should happen or not? But that's all, guys. We will see you in the next video in which we will talk about some more news related to MMA, so till then do whatever you want.